actually one of the first ones I made back when I started YouTube, and I found it in the archives. I never actually got around to posting it, so I thought I'd chuck it up now. It's a typical day in the life of, well, sections of a day in the life of, so hopefully there should be a couple of interesting bits on there. And there is a question at the end from the final video, and I'd love to get some kind of some views on it in the comments. So yeah, let me know and stay tuned to the end.
Morning everyone. Today is probably going to be a proper day in the life of. So I'm out jobbing, or day in the life of me and what I do, because I'm out jobbing and had a few bits of administration to do just to tie up some loose ends from last week. It's a Monday morning. I'm now at Mr. Central Heating up there, clicked in a rad for tomorrow. Then I've got breakdown, 2 services to go to, and I will see if I can squeeze anything else in as well. So I'll get some footage, hopefully some interesting stuff that we will see. One of the boilers has been, both of the boilers to be serviced actually aren't in the greatest condition. They're okay, they're safe, they're functional, but the customers haven't had them serviced. Prior to the last 2 years, they hadn't had them serviced properly, so they're not in the greatest state, but we're keeping them going. Other than that, the breakdown might have something interesting. I think it's no radiators work, or a couple of radiators not working. So I actually changed the boiler there 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, so we'll see what happens with them. See, I am loaded up. See, who says you need a big van? This has to go. This is from last week. Some copper there from last week as well. So yeah. Yeah, it's in here. This little key turns your minimum maximum. Always make sure you turn it back to where it should be. But it does have on there what it needs to be, but don't go by that indicator. There's a little arrow on the black dial. So that was service number 1 done. Just a few little snippets of what we went in and done there. This was actually a different one I booked in, so it wasn't one of the ones that's, you know, not been looked after very well. It's in good condition, Green Star RI, general bits, clean out the condense, tightness test, let by. I only showed a few snippets of these bits and pieces, otherwise this video will be mountains too long. Analyzer checks, check the bottom of the heat exchanger and everything, all look good in there. So yeah, on to the next one. So this job I'm at now is reports of pressure going down constantly. So I'm going to check the expansion vessel, and then if that's okay, I'm going to whack some leak sealant on the system and see, obviously check all the visible joints and see what we can find. But I'm going to guess, quite an old system, so I'm going to guess it's something probably under the floor somewhere, if anything. But let's check the vessel and see how we go. So that one, I would likely say the expansion vessel is going to be the reason why. So I found that it was on 0, or well, about 0.4 bar. So I topped it up to 1.2. Always obviously make sure when you're doing it that you've got something open. So either a drain off with a hose connected to it, or PRV open, something. This time I had one of the rads cracked open with the drain off. Done the expansion vessel, but this potentially they were going to go through the insurance, so they need a report and everything. And at the customer's request, I've also put in a bottle of leak sealant as well, just to see how it goes with that. She wasn't too fussed which solves the problem, just let's solve the problem. So works for me, really, doesn't matter. So yeah, on to the next one, which is radiator's not working, so we'll see how that goes. So I'm just at the next one here, and this is a few radiators not working. One's just been bled. Let's see if this one needs it too. So 2 top level ones. Yep, air in there. This is a really weird system. So there is a expansion tank up in the loft space, but there is also a pressure relief valve, and I don't think there's an expansion vessel, but there's a pressure relief valve. I'll double check. We'll go down in a minute and have a look if the vessel's there. I can't remember. It's in the airing cupboard, but the pressure relief valve is just above the boiler. So let's pop down and see. Yes, expansion vessel, PRV downstairs by the boiler, but there is a connected expansion tank. And I know this because I swapped the boiler recently. I left the system as is because it works and does what it needs to. But yeah, if anyone got any ideas, drop it in the comments for me. Check this out as well. This is the most efficient way to pipe a system. Top entry, bottom exit, bottom outlet. That's the most efficient way to get everything heated up nicely. So yeah, actually doesn't look too bad on certain systems as well. So here it is, pressure relief valve on this system. Upstairs in the airing cupboard is the expansion vessel, but it is a open system. So yeah, anyone with any ideas, give me a shout in the comments. And finally on this one, TRV's broken, but universal one should fit. He says. Perfect. You can see that closing the pin off in there too. Let it open up. Nice easy one. Get these rads back up and running properly for the lady. And the final one for today is a service on this boiler. Should be nice, easy, straightforward, he hopes. Also, I think I left my pair of Knipex, the 180 grips in the last job. That is a pain. Hopefully they're honest. If they are there, they should be. is when you're trying to do things one-handed. Does it go wrong? It's like the curse of the video. That just split and I just cut myself over there. Nope, and the valve's not shutting off. Okay, we might have to order some new valves for this one. Let's try it that way. Shouldn't make a difference. But of course it does. Weird. This is bad water in there. Let's go clean it out. So that was another average day in the life of me, and so I've had to change my jumper. Things can just change all the time when you're out jobbing and when you're out, you know, doing breakdowns and servicing. So I started off with, I think, only 3 jobs and then ended up with 5 or 6. The day can just change. 1, depending on your area. 2, depending on emergencies coming in. So sometimes it keeps a job interesting because you never quite know what you're going to be doing, which is nice. It keeps it, you know, a bit more exciting, I guess. Sometimes it can make life a lot more stressful. And today I'd probably say, because of the areas, I ended up being under pressure because I was then trying to still make appointments whilst fitting in these other jobs. But all in all, was a success. Got my rad ready for tomorrow's job. I might put something else up with using that rad, or I might actually just tag that on to the end of this one. So you might have already seen it, or I might do it after this now. So yeah, average day in the life of me. Hope you enjoyed it. Anything else you want to see, just pop that in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Also, update on my grips. My favourite pair of grips, my Nipex 180s, but the flat jaw ones, I left them in the job. But the lady was honest. She told me they were there, so I'm going to collect them this week. But I missed them already. I've had 1 job without them, and I feel like I can't do without them. They're so handy. So get yourself a pair. But I'll be getting them back ASAP because I need them.
So there you have it. That's an odd one. I remember when I was an apprentice that we fitted an expansion vessel on a PRV on an open vented system to solve a problem. Cannot remember for the life of me what that problem was. It's definitely not the same house. But yeah, I don't know why you would do that. And keep it open vented. So if anyone's got any ideas or any reasoning as to why, let me know, because systems still like it. The system runs perfectly, heats up really nicely, no issues with circulation. But yeah, let me know what you think. As I say, that one came out of the archives, so hope you enjoyed it. I remember making it now, and it was quite an enjoyable day, to be fair, because it was all quite fresh and new. I think it was maybe the 2nd video I made, or 3rd possibly. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you soon. Well, see you next week.